Jesus went to pray and they brought a child, deaf and dumb. The disciples couldn't cast out the spirit. They were put to shame. And Jesus came, cast out the spirit. So nothing can bring me down, because before it ever came, the answer was ready. Before it ever came. It's the updated revelation of Jesus. A generation needs to encounter Jesus again. It is our ignorance that separates us from the commonwealth of Israel. Our ignorance. Did you not read your Bible? He said, my people shall be destroyed. Not because the devil is powerful, not because the problem is big, for the lack of knowledge. They said, knowledge you must have. Jesus is the Lord of all. You know, when he spoke about being the rest, you know, do you know the way Paul puts it? In 1 Corinthians 15, verse 17, Paul said, if Christ is not risen, he said, our faith is vain. He said, our preaching is empty and our faith is vain. That means this revelation of Jesus is the substance and the validation, the proof and the animator of everything we trust God for. Without the resurrection. So Jesus is activating a system of divine dominion. He is awakening a dimension, because this dimension is not tied to time or event. It's a person. So anybody who knows the resurrection, his faith must produce results. Because if Jesus didn't rise, what is the basis for believing any other thing he said? The basis for trusting him for everything he said is because he rose when he said so. And it's not that event that is first of all the meaning of resurrection. Is the person. Because even before he died, he prophesied it. He said the Son of Man will be apprehended by wicked men. He said they will crucify him. He said, but on the third day he will rise again. So he knew it. He was it before the event happened. If you know this, nothing will be impossible to you. I'm telling you, nothing will be impossible to you. The reason we struggle is because our revelation of Jesus is not updated. The second protocol of restoration is updated revelation of Jesus Christ. And then the third is a consciousness of his compassion and oneness with you. Do you know what Jesus did? Go to verse 32. Because Mary came and repeated the same thing Martha said. You'll see why all of them are in the circumstance. The moment Martha came, he said, if you were here, my brother would not have died. Mary showed up, and the same thing Martha said was what she said. If thou hast been here, my brother had not died. So they were all operating at a dwarfed level of the revelation of Jesus. That's why all of them. See, when you see 20 Christians go through the same circumstance, the same challenge, it's because their revelation of Jesus is at the same level. If you were here, our brother would not have died. Jesus went further. Go to verse 33. He said, when Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping, which came with her, he groaned in the spirit. He groaned. Compassion moved him. He had sympathy for them. First of all, for their pain, and second, for their ignorance. He groaned, and he continued to verse 35. The Bible said Jesus asked her, where have they kept him? And when they took him there and they were still weeping, he said Jesus wept. For their pain and for their ignorance. So there is a time when you are going through circumstance, although answers have not come, but you will know that God is with you in this matter. See, that also is a type of answer. These are the signals that spiritual men pick. The crisis is still there, but I can sense that God is bearing this pain with me. I can sense that he is also touched by the feelings of my infirmities. I can sense it, because the way God works is he doesn't just stand aloof and addresses your problem. No, he will enter the problem with you. In Hebrews 2:14 and 15, he said, for as much then as the children were partakers of flesh and blood, he said himself likewise took part of the same, that he through death might destroy him that had power over death, even the devil. So that those who for a lifetime have been in bondage to death through fear might be delivered. So before he delivers you, he will participate in it. He wants to share in your pain. He wants to share